Yeah, very good. Well, I just put my screen up here, so you should be able to see this. To get to InfoSparks, you click on Home. Well, you sign into the North Star MLS, and then you click on Home, and down here there's a drop down. Um, it's quickest and easiest way to get in there is just click on InfoSparks from the MLS. So you click there, and then it takes you to a separate page, and the template is it just starts out with the Twin Cities region or the sort of the homepage. So it starts with median sale price and it shows all kinds of statistics here. But like Ryan was saying, you can customize these searches all the way down to almost neighborhoods, like really small little areas or zip codes. You can draw areas with on a map. You can go by school district, city, counties, and then sort of metro areas or county areas as well. So it's a really handy thing to use when you're working with buyers and sellers to talk about trends. You can pull various types of statistics: new listing, median and average sale price, homes for sale, price per square foot, and so on. You can read all the way across. Days on market is a good one to talk about with sellers. Um, Month supply talks about the health of the market, percent of list price, percent of original price. So that sort of shows, that's indicators of how the market's doing and if multiple offers are happening or if things are sitting on the market. So I just want to run through a couple of examples here and show you kind of some options that you can put together. And it's kind of a slick little tool to use when you want just some raw data you can bring to open houses or bring to listing appointments. So let's just go through here and we'll pick um, let's just pick a city, and we'll do Bloomington. Um, and obviously, Bloomington's a big city, so there's going to be it's not super specific, but at least we'll get at least narrow it down to the city. So you can on the number of years over here, it says you can sort of choose between 1 year or 3 years or 5 years. You can zoom in, so in the last 12 months, you can show what it's done, median sales price, homes for sale. Uh, there's been more inventory in Bloomington over the last 12 months. Um, Closed sales, days on market. So you can go through sort of all kinds of different statistics. And then the new update, like they just updated InfoSparks this year, and they give us a lot more detail on how you can filter these. So you can filter from certain price ranges. So I want to see sort of what it's looked like between 189 and 258, if that's where your client's sort of range is or house that they're trying to sell. And then you can show sort of how it's progressed over the last 5 years in terms of maybe days on market. So as you can see, a house that was listed between 189 and 259 or 259 and above in the last 5 years, they were on the market for almost almost over 4 months in 2012, but now the average days on market is about 40 days. So this would be a helpful thing to show a buyer, where you're going to have to act more quickly now for that price range in Bloomington, but back in 2012 it was a bit more. You can narrow it down even more to single family, so the it gets more stark. If you're looking just for new construction, then you can see sort of how the market has changed and the amount of days on market in Bloomington after 2013. The summer of 2012, it looks like it uh, really changed quite a bit. So you can see all kinds of different statistics for things you're looking for, um, and different sizes. You can get a look at sort of what foreclosures we're doing in the last 3 years or 5 years, um, and you can change how it looks from line to bar graph, whatever. So it's a fun tool to use when you're working with sort of a specific set of criteria, and you can kind of make it you can make it say whatever you want to. So if you want to say that things are increasing in a certain way because of a certain thing, you can sort of find a way to communicate that. Or if you want to say sort of they're decreasing in sort of an opposite way because of an opposite reason, you can make it do that as well. But the nice feature about this is you can share this stuff. So you can send this to someone in an email or as a link, and then it'll sort of send them live data whenever they want to check it. Or you can save it as a PDF. You can share it on social media, or you can put it on your own website. You can also put it into an Excel file. So there's a lot of different options on how you can pull the information off as well. Let's do one more. Let's do a neighborhood. So we'll just say Bryn Mawr. Bryn Mawr is a neighborhood right off of 394 by North Minneapolis.
Ben, can we even make it more practical? Like if
Yeah.
I'm your buyer and I want to buy in that area, now
Bryn Mawr?
how would you use this to help me?
Yep. So let's say we're looking for new median or average sale price, and we'll do previously owned. So we could see that there's no new construction in Bryn Mawr. It's a small little neighborhood, but only remodels and previous owned. So David, if you want to live in Bryn Mawr, you can see that in 2013, the average sale, or the median sale price, we'll go average sale price, was around 179,000. But now getting into Bryn Mawr, it's right at 220, and that's sort of what it was, and almost there back before 2012. We can look at homes for sale in Bryn Mawr. Because it's a small neighborhood, there probably won't be that many. Let's see what it comes up with here. It's crunching the numbers. Yeah, see, there are 0 homes for sale in Bryn Mawr right now that are 238 or less. Let's see if we're looking for homes in Bryn Mawr between 240 and 310. There are 0. We'll go up to the 3 to 420 range. There are 3. So it's a real tight market. Let's see what it is after 425 and up. So yeah, if you have a buyer, right, there are 4 homes for sale. So it's kind of slim picking. So if you have a buyer who says, I want to spend 225,000 and I'd like to live in Bryn Mawr. Well, you can sort of pull up this chart and say, well, in 2012 there were 3 for sale and now there are 0 for sale. So that's an unrealistic expectation, and you can sort of change expectations or change areas.
What about price per square foot?
Right, so you can click here, and you can get this sort of as wide as the whole Twin Cities, or you can sort of, again, crunch it down to a neighborhood. So right
What if you
now,
use the same neighborhood again? And I mean, just to get more data on this particular area.
a different neighborhood or the same one?
The same.
Yeah, we're still in Bryn Mawr, so let's go to the 310 to 425. Price per square foot in 2013 was 177. The average in the Twin Cities, I think right now, is around 120. But in Bryn Mawr right now, we're at 194. So it's a bit more expensive price per square foot. So the location really drives up that right now. And then, so you can, and that was as easy as average or median, but you can just click, say, I want to look in Bryn Mawr and I want to look in East Harriet. So you can print both of these. So you make 2 PDFs and you say, here, look, this is what our price per square foot is in Bryn Mawr. For everything that's previously owned, single family in this price range. And then you can do the same thing for East Harriet or wherever that's a comparable neighborhood. And then you can sort of show the statistics there. In the last, I guess, 6 months, it's been an 8.3% drop. So if you have a client who's really interested in this sort of detailed analysis and statistics, it's a great tool to put together some sort of flashy little charts to bring along on appointments. So it's a tool that we all have access to if you're on the MLS. Everyone who's registered with MAR has access to this. Again, to get here, you just go to your homepage on the MLS. You click on Instanet Form. Sorry, you click on Info Sparks, and then it brings you over here. Yeah, David, did you want to do any more detail than that, or do we have any questions on how to run this?
Let's see if anyone on the team has questions first.
No questions for me.
No.
No?
I love this
I
tool.
think that website is very, very valuable.
It is. It's a great thing to even check in on. Like, so I knew off the top of my head right now that price per square foot in the Twin Cities is on average $122. And that's good information to have, even if you're on a listing appointment and someone says, well, this house is kind of small. and the price seems kind of high. What do you think about price per square foot? And just this morning, I was looking at a house. It was a 600 square foot house, tiny, tiny house. But I said, well, I think it's about right for price per square foot on average in this neighborhood. And so I did the math, and it was at like 117, and the average price per square foot is 122 in the Twin Cities. So it can be a helpful tool for yourself just to sort of look around every once in a while and get a sense for a neighborhood if you're working with a buyer. If you're going to go look at a bunch of houses that day, look at new listings, look at pending sales, closed sales, and you can sort of use some of that analysis as a way to sort of spur on conversation and have information as an agent to provide. So it's really powerful, really great thing to have access to.
In my opinion, as an agent, you want to be like a master Jedi ninja with this particular program, because this is your confidence. This is what, when you're talking to a homeowner or a home buyer and they disagree or they want to overprice or they're not motivated or they're not realistic, this is where you can show them the trends and piece it together. And I use this a lot with buyers who are they're like not very motivated. You know, like, well, let's just see what happens if we wait. Well, this is a great tool to say, well, we can see what happens if we wait. We're going to have less to choose from as prices increase, and it's going to cost more. You know, so that it gets them more off the fence and more ready to do something. You can show them, oh, look, and also if we're going to do new construction, it looks like here in this particular area that typically they get 100% of their list price. You know, so it's just so great for managing expectations, creating that urgency, and also giving you confidence. And then if you ever have someone who asks you, like, oh, well, do you work in St. Paul, or do you work in Stillwater, or do you work in whatever city it is, you can say, why, yes, I do. And you can be confident because you have all the information right here that anybody else would have in that area. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So, great. Well, thanks, Ben. That was really helpful to have you go over that. And
Yeah,
also, I think I sent a text message to everybody with the video, like an additional video that's like the official tutorial video on how to work this from MLS. So hopefully that's also helpful.